Oh my goodness, I'm falling all over the place. So I just got off a call with a client, and I was so inspired by our conversation. So I just wanted to share a quick tip about visualization. Oh my gosh, visualization is one of the absolute most powerful tools you can use for so many things, but for performance and especially for manifestation. It's also just really, really fun if you are creative. And if you're not creative, it's still a good tool for all of us, right? So the simplest, I think, simplest example to use about power of visualization is when you think about athletes, right? So Olympic athletes, high-level athletes, they're all taught to visualize. They're taught by amazing coaches to, like, let's say they're practicing for the high jump or something, right? Of course, they're going to do all the physical training. They're going to, stay really fit, get lots of sleep, do all the hydration, do all the nutrition, blah, blah, blah. They're going to practice their sport over and over and over. They're going to figure out what their weaknesses are. They're going to do all the things in the physical plane, but they're also going to train their mind. They're going to sit and they're going to spend probably hours cumulatively rehearsing like the exact steps they take before they do the high jump, what the degree of the arch of their back. They're going to mentally go through the whole process so many times. Same thing for golf, same thing for basketball, right? Like there's been study after study of the power of visualization when it comes to athletics. A lot of our great entrepreneurs, our great business leaders, I'm sure top leaders of different organizations, so many people who are very, very successful attribute a lot of their success to practices like visualization. So if we can all just agree that visualization is a very powerful thing, but the question is like, how do you do it? Where do you do it? When do you do it? How often do you do it? And my answer to those questions is you can do it like quite literally wherever you want to, whenever you want to, however often you want to, and in lots of different ways. The main thing is getting into a practice of it. You don't just visualize what you want once and then expect it to show up, right? The point is to visualize on a very regular basis. So you're rewiring your brain. It's part of rewiring your brain. You're normalizing the thing that you want to be or do or have. You're creating new neural pathways. You're training your brain to believe that this thing that you want to be, do, or have is possible, and that it's possible for you. And you're immersing yourself in the idea of you becoming that version of yourself. And the main thing I wanted to say, my quick tip for today, is when you visualize, don't just see the pictures, but also feel. Like feel. Mentally rehearsing it is a great start, and that can do a lot. But what's going to send out the most powerful frequency into the universe and also have the biggest impact on you and your subconscious mind and your whole being is to feel the feelings of having it now. Feel the feelings of being it or doing it or whatever it is now. So an example that I was just using with my client was, I was saying, and I think I've mentioned this before, but I probably have mentioned it in lots of places, I don't know. But so one image that I have in my mind that I sometimes visualize is sitting in first class on a flight with my husband, Chris, and we're cheersing with champagne to celebrate a huge milestone that I've just reached in my career. And I use this in different ways. Sometimes it's because I just, published a best-selling book, or maybe it's because I just got off of the stage speaking with Tony Robbins, or maybe I just finished filming an appearance on Oprah, whatever. I just finished a TED Talk. Like, insert any of the things that my big scary dreams. But I will visualize the actual thing. Like I visualize myself on stage giving a TED Talk. I can see the audience, or see how I can't see the audience because it's dark and the lights are in my face. Can't tell you how many times I've visualized sitting across from Oprah and having her interview me. Like, I visualize those things too, but then there's also something really powerful of the like cheersing of we did it. And in that visualization, Chris looks at me and he says, "I'm so proud of you, you did it." And I turn back to him and I cheers and I say, "I couldn't have done it without you." So there's something about that too, because I'm visualizing not just the thing itself, but I'm visualizing the celebration afterward. So I'm normalizing in my brain the idea of not just that this is something that I want, but this is something that I have done. And your brain doesn't know the difference between make believe and reality. It doesn't know the difference between something that you want and something that you have. I mean, consciously it does, but your subconscious mind doesn't. And so when you visualize, you're normalizing it, you're training yourself, and it's basically just like rehearsing your success. It's powerful and it's fun and it's easy to do. I was just joking with my client. I'm like, I don't care when you visualize. I don't care where you visualize. I just care that you get into a practice of it. I'm like, you can practice visualizing when you're taking a shit, if that's what it takes. If you're super busy and the only time you have to yourself is when you're sitting down for a few minutes having a poop, use that time. You can trick yourself into doing it on a more regular basis. You by, let's say, incorporating it into a morning ritual, or maybe you have some sort of a trigger where when you do X, that's when you visualize. When you are, for me, I do it right before I fall asleep. Like I go to bed, I set my alarm, I close my eyes, and then I start visualizing, and I usually fall asleep while I'm in the middle of a visualization. And it's a beautiful way to go to sleep while thinking about all these things that you want to create for yourself. But it's also actually a powerful time, because that's when your conscious and subconscious mind kind of start to it's the transition. So it's a time when you're very suggestible too. So that's a great time to do it. You can do it while you're maybe as part of a morning ritual. You can do it while you're waiting in line at the grocery store. You can do it while you're on hold on a phone call. Find a clever way to incorporate it into something you do in your daily life. Do it on a regular basis. And then most importantly, feel what it would be like to be that person, or to have that thing, or to have accomplished that thing, or to, whatever it is that you are wanting, whatever the goal is, whatever the dream or the desire is. See it in vivid detail, taste it, smell it, feel it, imagine every aspect of it, but most importantly, feel the emotions. Cool. That is my quick tip for today. If you have any comments or questions, type them below. Feel free to share this video with anybody who might find it helpful. And if you have any questions about mindset or manifestation or any of this stuff at any time, feel free to hit me up, because I love to nerd out on it. Have a great day. Bye.